Hey guys, it's Chris here. I wanted to make a quick video and I wanted to show you 4 different Amazon products and some mistakes that people make. What this is about is how to tell sales velocity without knowing sales rank. It's a very effective tool to have in your back pocket. You're going to see this sometimes. So I'm going to show us 4 different products. Now, unfortunately, I was kind of lazy. I could have probably found products without actual sales ranks that would have shown this, but I'm actually going to show some products with weird sales ranks, okay? But what I'm going to show you guys will work with no sales rank because I need to make buying decisions and velocity decisions based off of not really good information. So let me show you the 4 products that we're going to look at today so you guys can get a feel for what we're going to do. We're going to be looking at this little computer here. Okay, this is a computer made for people that are doing development. This actually has a lot of cool stuff on it. Like I'm going to be buying something similar to this for running a CNC router and CNC lathe. Um, but this has a rank in single board computers. I've never heard of that before. Don't know that category, and we don't have any sales like velocity changes here in Keepa. I don't know what that means, so we're going to analyze this together. We have this, which unfortunately I tried to find this phone Bluetooth speaker that I sold years ago that was not Bluetooth and was just for the iPhone 1. Wasn't able to find it. They actually removed it out of my sold inventory. It was a JBL product, but I found this. This is actually a 30-pin connector. So this is designed for, I think it's Gen 4 iPods or iPhones and older. So Gen 1 to Gen 4, I think. I might be wrong. I don't like iPhones, so I don't know. Even though I did have an iPhone 1, it was okay. But this does have Bluetooth, so this does continue to sell. You will see that the rank on it is atrocious, but we're going to do some calculations to kind of figure out some sales velocity. And then we have this fake iPhone. So that's kind of cool, but we don't have, they stopped showing the rank on it on Keepa. Now we do have a rank in pretend phones and smartphones. Never heard of that category before, but we're going to take a look at it. And then we have candy canes. Now, candy canes, obviously these have sales rank, these have the velocity markers in Keepa, but I want to show you guys some stuff with this about sales rank and kind of the futility of sales rank charts. So let's start with this. So this is Latte Panda here. Again, this is a weird category, single board computers, never heard of it. But what we have here, we have more than enough information to figure out, if I was standing at a Walmart and they had these on the shelves and, so the payout on them is $87. Let's say I'm standing at Walmart, they got these for 40 bucks. So profitable, good to send in. How many, I'm going to try to send in a month's worth, let's say. How many is this going to sell? So let's look here. So just real quick off the top here, because people always ask me when I make these kinds of videos, hey Chris, what plugins are you using? Okay, so I am using RevSeller. That gives me my kind of like just my calculations of profitability and stuff. Then I have Azon Tracker Pro. That's a new one that I've just started using. I believe this is actually my first video using this. I met Santosh over at Midwest Ecom. Really nice guy. It's a really cool product. I'm probably going to actually make some videos with this because this doesn't, like, just having this on my screen means nothing. But this is actually really cool. It automatically makes spreadsheets for you, which is really cool for, like, sourcing, communicating with, like, hey, I ordered 50 of this from Walmart and having employees check in stuff. There's a lot of really cool uses for this. Okay, then I just have the standard Keepa plugin. I pay for Keepa. Amazon's been pretty good to me lately, so I can afford that $17 a month. And I believe that's about it that you guys are going to see today. So let's start here. We have this rank here in single board computers. That's useless to us. It means nothing. We can't really get data from that because I don't know what that category is. If we go and look at a dreaded rank chart, there's not a rank chart for single board computers. We don't have any information here in Keepa other than the price on it. Okay, we see it's $99, but we do see the review count going up on it. So now let's take a look at how we're going to figure out how the sales velocity. So looking down here, we have plenty of reviews, okay? We have questions, we have reviews, okay? And the first thing we're going to notice, I actually already sorted these. So the way that this defaultly loads is top reviews. Now, I don't care whether these are good reviews or bad reviews. That doesn't matter to me. What I want to do is I want to look at the most recent reviews. And this is important. We're going to see this next when we look at the iPhone thing. We want to see when these were reviewed last. Now, right now it's August 20th. Okay. We have not gotten any reviews this month yet. The last one was the 27th. And this is an imperfect system. But what I usually figure is that every review on an Amazon product is 100 sales. Now, PL sellers, they're rolling in their grave. Well, they're not dead, but they're probably saying, Chris, that's not right. The reason that I say 100 sales is because that's not, this product most likely, doesn't have, the kind of things that people do to get more reviews. So organically, most PL products, when I've talked to people, when I've listened to PL sellers talk, they talk about a 1% review rate without doing anything to try to get more reviews. Most likely, most people aren't going to be doing that on stuff like this. These aren't, PL sellers like you're thinking these people are. This is like a normal product on Amazon. So what this tells me is that if we count the number of reviews per month and then divide or multiply by 100, we should get a sales velocity picture for the month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reviews in a month. I would suspect that that would sell about 500 views or 500 items a month. Now, this particular product was a Kickstarter. This might not translate exactly perfectly. This might be a little bit more complicated of a product than most people would ever source. But my guess is that this is selling about 500 units a month. And actually, from knowing, being in the community of the Arduino community and, the maker space and everything, a lot of people are buying these. So 500 units a month makes total sense to me. Okay. Now it is weird that we're 20 days into August and this has not gotten any reviews. That's weird, but that's what I would go with. So if I had to buy enough to hold me over for a month, I would go a little lower than 500, but I would think that 500 might be a good like super high end, and I would probably be thinking maybe even half that just to be on the safe side. I'm conservative when I come to buying decisions, so that's where I would be at it. And if you see this with a toy and you see tons and tons of reviews, if you see 100 reviews in a month, that's something that's selling thousands a month. Okay. So this is what I do. So I take the number of reviews in a month, okay, and I multiply it by 100. And that gives me super high-end sales number. And then I usually maybe cut that in half. And you're going to have to get some feel with it. One of the things I will tell you is that verified purchases are really the best. So, this person here that bought it off Kickstarter, um, that might be a review that we don't count. You're going to have to get the feel for this yourself and see how you like it. But this is exactly how I do it. This is really important with shoes too. Looking at the number of reviews on a variation of shoes. So let's look here at this Sony portable speaker. And this is where we get into kind of a product where it used to sell, okay, in 2016 this sold like gangbusters. 2017 even it sold pretty well. I don't know when they discontinued the 30-pin iPods and iPhones, but this would have been a good product to sell. And man, this is selling at a premium. This is selling for over $200. The hell, people, how is this that expensive? This a couple years ago when this was new, we could have picked this up. I mean, even merchant fulfilled sellers down here at $11.99. Now, I'm gonna guess that was a counterfeit seller or something like that. But let's look here. We got how many reviews we got on this? We've got 79 reviews. That's more than enough. Now, one thing I will tell you about using the reviews to kind of get a feel for the velocity of a product is that you need a good amount of reviews. If something has 3 reviews, that's probably not. I don't know what number I start to trust the review count on it, but 75 is definitely enough. If something's new and it's got, 10, 20 reviews, that's fine. But something like this, it's been around. This has been on Amazon for 8 years. Okay, and it has 80 reviews almost. Perfect. So let's hear at the most recent. So most recent, September 4th, 2018. So last year, July. Okay, May. Okay, so let's kind of look here. How many do I think we sold here in 2018? A one, two, three, four, five. Okay. So let's look for the Keepa chart for last year. Okay. This is where, you can kind of see what I'm saying. Hey, you got to watch for, you wouldn't say, hey, this sold 500 in a year. That probably is not accurate. But this is the velocity where, we do have a lot of, movement in the ranks. So this does sell, which is crazy to me. Um, and come on, what is this now? Okay, so the statistics on this, it's selling about 4.3 changes per month. So it'd indicate about 50. So, I mean, again, this counting the reviews, it's not a perfect system, okay? According to our sales rank with Keepa, it's saying about 50 sales a year, okay? I mean, that's not great or anything, but that's definitely different than the 500 that the rank that counting the reviews would get you. But again, the reviews are giving you an idea. Is this something that even sells? Well, according to Keepa, and according to kind of my guesstimate, about 5 units a month. That makes sense. And for a lot of people, a unit that sells 5 units a month would be a perfectly acceptable product to sell. It would be perfectly acceptable for me to sell. I would be all over this, especially if you can find it cheap. I mean, gosh, this thing's selling for $200. That's insane. But so we see here, looking at the Keepa chart, even though, and I mean, this does have a rank, 315K in cell phones, but that doesn't mean anything. Like that number doesn't mean anything. So let's look here. We have another product here. We do have a rank on it, 25 in pretend phones and smartphones. Again, I don't know what that category is. I don't think anyone does. That being said, we also don't have a Keepa chart anymore, so we can't rely on that. But let's look here at the reviews. And also, let's look here at some context stuff. Now, this Latte Panda, this is something that came out this year. Okay, this is kind of an obscure electronic thing, but in the maker space, this is a pretty common thing. This phone here, or this phone Bluetooth speaker, this is for old technology. This is for the 30-pin Apple connector. That's old, okay? Like, they don't make those phones anymore. They don't make accessories. In fact, I was trying to actually pull up an iPhone 1. Uh, I wanted to just show you guys the rank charts for an iPhone 1. Couldn't find it, okay? They don't sell it anymore. So just something to keep in mind. Like, look at the context of these products. A Bluetooth speaker for an iPhone 1, I'm not going to buy that unless I can get it cheap and it's selling for a lot of money. So this would be something I would be interested in, because if I could get it cheap and sell it for a lot of money, I'd be all over it. But I'm not going to be going deep in this. I'm not going to buy 100 of them. I'm not going to buy them. Yeah, it's selling for $67 or $167. I wouldn't buy this for $100. If I was at, Walmart and had 5 of them for 20 bucks each, buy all 5 of them. But would not be buying a lot of them unless they're dirt cheap. And then now we have this non-working phone, but this is a replica of an iPhone i7. Okay, that's a common phone. It's a modern phone. It's a recent phone. People are using this phone right now. So context right there, off to a good start. Okay, this is something that people have. And this also is not a kid's toy. Okay, I think that this is for scamming people. Might be what this is used for, but I don't know. But that being said, let's look here at the top reviews, and we got, some 2018, 2018, 2019. So let's look here for the recent reviews. And we got July 11th, 7th, hey, that's my birthday. Um, um, so for July, I mean, we got 3 reviews. I wouldn't think that this is selling 100 units a month here, but definitely is selling. Okay, we do have, offers on this coming in and out. So I would actually think that this is selling. My estimate on this, in a month is probably selling 100 or so units would be my guess. Might be wrong on that, might be right on that. This is not a perfect system to use, but this is just kind of giving me an idea. Now, let's talk here about some stuff with rank charts where kind of rank charts start to break down. And I talk about this a lot, the seasonality of products. So this is how this would normally look. We have Brock's candy canes, okay? Great product to sell. I sell these year round, okay? I have a supplier for them that always has them in stock. Great product. Now, if we look here, our year, we can definitely see that in November to December, these are selling more than they are in like May. Now, this is where a lot of people get themselves in trouble. So they go to November to December. By the way, you can do this on Keepa. You just click and move your mouse and you can highlight a month. So this goes from November to December 1st. Most people are probably buying their candy canes then. So most people, what they would try to do is they would say, okay, how many bumps are there on this? So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So they think, okay, 25 bumps in the rank, 25 sales a month. I'm going to send in 25. Do you know how many I sent in that month? 1,000. Do you know how many I sold? More than 1,000. I ran out. Okay. So this is the problem with counting rank. Okay. And using the Keepa charts that way. You cannot get an accurate prediction using that method. And that's why I wanted to show this to you guys. Every rank scheme out there where people are like, oh, yeah, I just look at the bumps on Keepa, boom, I know how many sell. That's not going to work on this product, okay? You would drastically undersell. You would literally send in a day's inventory if you send in 25 of these, okay? Now, looking at this non-work, actually, let's look at this. That's where this method actually works. My guess is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sales in 3 months. That's probably accurate, okay? I would probably guess that this actually did sell 10 units in 3 months. Makes total sense to me because the deviations are so drastic. Whereas the Brock's candy canes, the deviations are not drastic, and that would tell us that, like, there's just so much velocity that the rank has gone down. I mean, this ends here, 2,800 or so for sales rank. That's an incredible sales rank. But we look at it here right now, in the last month here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bumps. I will tell you that that is selling more than 8 units a month. I know because I sell similar products that have similar graphs. So that being said, we want to not use rely on the Keepa method as gospel because we don't know, there's too many variables in it. But this could give us an idea. My guess is during this time of the month. So when I showed you guys this here, this November to December, I've sent in 1,000 of these before and did not last the month. I don't know how many I would need to buy to last a month. My guess is maybe 1,500 would be that would probably be a little bit too much for the November to December season, but that's okay. However, this time here, this last month, my guess is this is probably selling about 1 a day. Okay, so I just wanted to make this video. I know that this might be a little confusing and seem like I'm being very contradictory with myself, but I wanted to make this video to show you guys some flaws in using systems for sales rank. What you need to do, this is what I always recommended to my coaching clients, is sell similar products. Okay, somebody that is selling this product, knows this chart, knows this band of ranks in grocery, would know roughly where you're at with sales. I think about 50,000 in grocery is about 1 a day pretty consistently. This is hovering between 75 and 25,000 in grocery. So, this would probably be about 1 a day, maybe more, maybe less. It kind of depends. Okay, this is a lot more frequently above 50K. So I'd say, 1 a day or less, maybe 2 every 3 days or something like that. but still, roughly one a day would be my estimate. Now, the best way to tell is to send this in and then use something like RevSeller, Restock Pro, or not, oh, not RevSeller, Seller Legend, Restock Pro, Inventory Labs, inventory function, Seller Central's inventory function to try to estimate your future sales on this, or just, kind of get the feeling for it and wing it yourself. Okay, sending in too much inventory isn't always the end of the world. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, just kind of some extremes in this marketplace and some things that could show you how to properly analyze products with weird Keepa charts, weird ranks in weird categories, or potentially no rank. So anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys make a lot of money. Talk to you later.